starts right now.
Now, this is NBC Palm Springs.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Olivia Sandusky.
I'm Mark Mester. We start tonight with Jake and Rebecca Haro. They were both officially charged by the Riverside County District Attorney's Office today with the murder of their son Emmanuel and also making a false police report. That's tonight's top story. We have a look tonight of the couple in the courtroom. It was a short hearing over at the Hall of Justice in Riverside. Their arraignment was continued to September 4th. They're both being held tonight on $1 million bail. We've also learned that a news conference will be held tomorrow by the Riverside County District Attorney's Office, the Riverside County Sheriff's Office, and the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Office. It's set for 10 o'clock in the morning at the Riverside DA's office. We'll have live coverage right here tomorrow morning, starting at 10 a.m.
And the search for Emmanuel's remains continue tonight as the memorial for the infant grows even larger outside of the Haro home. Tonight, our Brett Rosen joins us live from right outside of the memorial site with more on what he learned today. Brett?
Olivia, here in Cabazon, just outside the gates of the Haro home. Like you guys were saying, it's only been a few days since the arrest of both parents, Jake and Rebecca Haro, for the murder of their 7-month-old son, Emmanuel Haro. Now today, just a few hours ago, both parents were seen in front of a judge at the Hall of Justice in Riverside. Dozens of members of the media and general public were in attendance. Now the arraignment date has changed, being pushed back to September 4th. There was one public defender for both parents, Brian Crossgrove, who spoke outside the courthouse and explained to the media the reason for the date change of the arraignment and that it was due for one of them needing private counsel. Take a look.
In this county, there's something called the conflict panel. So it's private attorneys who have contracted with the county of Riverside. When we cannot represent somebody in the public defender's office, we declare a conflict, and a conflict attorney, who is a private attorney that has a contract with the county, represents the other individual. We'll have to figure out which case we'll keep. Depends if we've represented somebody in the past. So we'll go ahead and make that determination maybe today, and we'll be ready next week.
Now, I want to make a note, Mark and Olivia, that, these posters don't just line the fences of outside the Haro home, but right here, this vigil that we all saw that Friday evening and that candlelight that we saw this past Friday evening after the arrest of both parents has grown significantly. Just hundreds of flowers and candles and posters, different signs, pictures of Emmanuel Haro himself, just lining this side fence, just feet away from the Haro home itself, all just wanting justice, wanting Emmanuel to be seen, and just finding that 7-month-old baby boy. Now, like we were saying earlier, this arraignment has been pushed back to September 4th till next Thursday. But as of now, tomorrow morning in Riverside, there will be a press conference with the district attorney in Riverside being there, as well as Chad Bianco, sheriff of Riverside County Sheriff's Department, and the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department will also be in attendance over there. I will be there as NBC Palm Springs will continue the coverage. Till then, live in Cabazon, just outside the Haro home, I'm Brett Rosen, NBC Palm Springs.
All right, Brett, thanks for that live report. We appreciate it. Tonight, investigators are asking for your help locating 3 missing people. The Riverside County Sheriff's Department's Hemet station is searching for that Hemet mother on the right side of your screen and her 2 children. That's Lisa Trejo Cordero, her son, 2-year-old Jameson Fetchko, and her 4-year-old daughter, Memory Fetchko. They were last seen August 6th in East Hemet. Before their disappearance, the mother was scheduled to meet with Child Protective Services to finalize custody arrangements for her children. If you know anything about their whereabouts, please call the number right there at the very bottom of your screen.
And we turn now to the stormy weather hitting the Coachella Valley so far this week. Power outages have been impacting residents for the last 24 hours, particularly in North Shore. We sent a camera crew out that direction this morning. We found power lines had been knocked over. According to Imperial Irrigation District's outage report map, only a handful of customers near the Salton Sea Visitor Center are without power this evening. Meanwhile, last night, community members opened their doors to help others.
You know what, my first thought was we can help these families. Our cafeteria is cool. It's a dry place. We were very lucky here in Westmoreland that the rain didn't affect us. And I would hope that somebody would do the same for my families if they were stranded. So we were just ready to help them.
And a reminder, if you do see a downed power line in your area, IID urges you to stay safely away from it. Contact crews to get it repaired.
Let's get a check on the current conditions right now. Live pictures from our Agua Caliente casino camera from Rancho Mirage. We're going to send things over to Chloe Carlson. On my way into work today, there was some light drizzle. Parts of Palm Desert,
yes.
say the Santa Rosa Mountains as well?
Yeah, a little bit less than yesterday, a little bit calmer than yesterday, but we still got a little bit of a sprinkle, which was nice. Kept us a little bit cooler earlier this morning. It was a little bit more humid out there, sunny skies, but then as it does, we had some storms moving in the afternoon, like Mark said. A little bit of a drizzle. Rainfall totals, though, didn't change much from yesterday. We talked about in the 5 and 6 o'clock hour, Palm Springs seeing just shy of a half an inch of rain, and that stayed true through the rest of the evening. The storms kind of tapered off by the 6 o'clock hour. Palm Desert, just over a 1/10 of an inch of rain there. Sprinkles on the southeast end, and in the high desert, getting nearly an inch of rain with that storm that moved through yesterday. Here's a current look at that radar. You can see, the Santa Rosa Mountains getting a little bit of rain at this hour. Chances do go down as we get into this evening. Here's a look at the short range model, taking us into 6 o'clock. You can see, maybe a little bit of some spillover light sprinkles near the Indio area, but by this evening, like yesterday, we said it would be very similar conditions. It's going to taper off and quiet down as we get into the evening hours. The North American model saying something very similar, even quieter than the short range model. You can see by 7 o'clock, it's saying it's going to be clear of the Coachella Valley. So that's on the way for us tomorrow. 94 degrees right now in downtown Palm Springs. Those winds from the southeast direction, not too bad as we head into Wednesday. Those chances for rain will be like we were just showing those models, not showing any rain, but something interesting that we're actually tracking. I haven't talked about this earlier this week, but that tropical storm that's off the coast could bring some light drizzle as we get into Thursday. Then we'll have a drying trend as we get into the weekend. Here's a look at your company 3-day forecast. So 101 on a Wednesday, we'll stay below average through the rest of the work week. We'll break down more you can expect in that full forecast coming up.
Chloe, thank you. Well, the Coachella Valley has become known as a hub for pickleball, but when triple-digit temperatures strike, it can be tough to play year-round. As the sport's popularity continues to grow and locals like to get some exercise, cities across the valley are trying to find solutions, turning community gyms into indoor makeshift pickleball courts. Players here at the Palm Desert Community Center say it's not just about beating the heat, it's a chance to stay active, meet new friends, and stay social during the long summer months.
Pickleball players are the nicest people around, and it's just fun. You can pick up a game. People will play to your level for at least a couple of them, and then they sort of have a beginning, intermediate, and advanced sport. So you can always find your people to play with.
Now, if you'd like to play indoor pickleball, there are quite a few options throughout the valley. There's open play at the Palm Desert Community Center Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's from 9:30 to 2. The Demuth Community Center in Palm Springs has Monday through Saturday, 8 to 1. The Salvation Army Davis Center in Cathedral City, that's Tuesdays and Thursdays, 1 to 4. The Indio Community Center, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You see the times there. There's $5 drop-in fees, or plan to play often. You can sign up for a yearly membership with a local resident discount.
Speaking of sports, the Indio Sports Park, one step closer to being complete. It'll sit on Market Street and house 11 soccer fields, a football field, 2 baseball fields, and a walking path. The city sharing this footage right here. It's of the grass being officially installed. They put this out on social media. It's planned to open up this fall. The project is funded by Proposition 68.
We turn to some news across the country tonight in honor for a local fallen Marine.
President Donald Trump welcomed families of service members who were killed in the attack at Kabul Airport in Afghanistan. The president signing a proclamation marking the 4-year anniversary of the bombing at Abbey Gate took the lives of 13 U.S. service members during the withdrawal from Afghanistan. In the footage from the Oval Office, you can see the family of local Marine Corporal Hunter Lopez, who was killed in that attack. They were surrounded by other Gold Star families on Monday afternoon.
And locally tonight, the city of La Quinta will be honoring Hunter and his fellow fallen service members for Hunter Lopez Day. The city is holding a lightsaber vigil. It starts at 7 o'clock tonight at Civic Center campus in La Quinta. It's just off Washington Street and Calle Tampico. The lightsabers are replacing candles because Hunter was an avid Star Wars fan. And in honor of Hunter Lopez Day, Indio's City Council has presented a proclamation honoring U.S. Army veteran Sergeant Richard Gauthier. This was earlier today. A second proclamation was made recognizing city employees who have also served in the armed forces. City Council encouraging the community to support the Hunter Lopez Memorial Foundation if you'd like to contribute.
All right, coming up next tonight, the Palm Springs Airport hosting their job fair this morning with a successful turnout. We have a look at the event. That's right after this break.
And coming up a little later on in our newscast, stick around for a big and bittersweet announcement here on NBC Palm Springs. We'll give you a hint. It does involve our Chloe Carlson. That's in our full forecast, so please stay with us for that.
Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 5.
Welcome back. The Palm Springs International Airport hosted their job fair this morning at the Palm Springs Convention Center. The event saw a successful turnout filled with job seekers after a nationwide peak of unemployment. Our digital reporter Thalia Hayden has details.
It's quite the turnout at the Palm Springs Convention Center for today's job fair.
Bills don't pay themselves. I need money.
How hard is it to get a job these days?
It's really hard. You try a lot. We try every day. Very, very hard.
Is it hard to find a job?
Yes, ma'am. I have a couple jobs, but I'm actually looking for another one.
What job are you looking for today?
Ramp agent.
Wow. Do you have experience with that? Or
No, I'm just going for it.
My dream is to move into aviation mechanics. I've been a mechanic since I was 5 years old, so I wanted to start working on airplanes.
I'm looking to get hired back with Parodies, Langren, at the airport. I worked with them 3.5 years.
Really anything that's willing to give me the opportunity.
And it's true people could be hired right on the spot today?
Absolutely. Some companies are doing on-the-spot interviews. It's been great to see the community come out year after year as we fill over 200 positions ahead of our busy tourist season at the airport.
I got laid off on June the 13th from this company, but I was told to come back when they started to have a hiring event. So here we go.
And we're excited to have everybody fill these opportunities.
And the hope is to leave here with your job today?
Yes, please, yes.
Oh, I wish you luck here today.
Thank you.
I'm your digital reporter, Thalia Hayden, with NBC Palm Springs. To see this story first, as well as...
In some news around the region this evening, CAL FIRE's Sonoma Lake Napa unit have other agencies now deployed, including more than 1,000 emergency personnel to the scene of what's called the picket fire. Hand crews, dozers, engines, water tenders, and helicopters are putting in an aggressive effort to suppress this fire. It's burned about 7,000 acres. It's 17% contained. The fire has burned in the relatively remote hills of Napa County. Several nearby vineyards are endangered tonight by the growing fire.
And some more news out of the Northern California area. A West Coast-based company is flying across the country to showcase its flying car. The company behind it is called Pivotal. It says it's all electric, zero emission, and doesn't need a runway for vertical takeoff or landing. The single-seat aircraft made a stop in Santa Cruz last week for a demonstration. Starting price for this device here, $190,000.
Thousands of emails related to the 2022 Robb Elementary School massacre in Uvalde, Texas, will be released. A lawyer admitted at a school board meeting that a mistake had been made in withholding them. The board of the Uvalde Consolidated Independent School District voted weeks ago to release the public records related to the attack. The May 2022 school shooting was the worst in a decade, where 19 students and 2 teachers were killed. Hundreds of law enforcement officers waited outside the classrooms for more than an hour while victims were left with the gunman.
Take a break from the headlines this evening. Take a live look outside our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. Some clouds still there in our view. Some raindrops across the valley today. Has the rain moved out of the area? Chloe Carlson has that, plus a big announcement right after the break, so stay with us.
And happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome back. Right now, we're taking a live look at the Walter Clark Highway 11 cam in Rancho Mirage. We got a little bit of a mixed view today. We see those clear blue skies there in the background. We got a little bit of those clouds hovering over the Coachella. We are going to see chances of rain continue through this evening, but probably taper off in the next couple of hours. As far as the high today, 94 for the high today, so well below average for this time of year. We're 90s across the desert floor at this hour. 88 on the southeast end in Indio. Overnight tonight will stay in the 80s here for those overnight temperatures. 72 up in Joshua Tree. As far as future wind potential, not a huge concern for us this week. That storm moved through yesterday and really picked up those winds. Got up to 40 miles per hour. But as far as the remainder of the week, not a huge concern for us. We're breezy today. It picks up a little bit in Desert Hot Springs, Whitewater on Wednesday, but that's nothing that they haven't seen. 20 mile per hour sustained wind, so those gusts will be in the 30s. Surface moisture If you were out today, walked outside, I forgot for a second, walked outside and was like, oh my goodness. It was very humid. It'll continue to stay humid really through most of this week. It will start to slowly dry out, but like I mentioned, we're tracking that tropical storm, so really not drying out until we get into the weekend. So as far as Wednesday goes, like I said, slight chances of rain, mostly probably going to stay over our mountain communities here, not tracking a lot of moisture come Wednesday. We are tracking this. This is something we really haven't talked about much this week, but we have this tropical storm Juliet that is moving northwest at 10 miles per hour. Those gusts at this hour for that tropical storm, 65 miles per hour. Now it's continuing to weaken, but even as we get into our Thursday, it's going to give us some up-level moisture. So come Thursday, it's actually mostly cloudy skies, which I will say I'm not complaining about, especially when we had those 1 teens. It's a nice mix-up. We have to get ready for fall. Pumpkin spice lattes started at Starbucks, so we're getting into the fall feel a couple weeks early. As far as Thursday, more of a chance of rain than a Wednesday, but this is very light accumulation, so probably similar to what we saw today. Like Mark said, a sprinkler or two on his windshield, very light accumulation come Thursday. Here's a look at your comfort air 7-day forecast. So again, we are going to be staying below average. We'll finally start to warm up as we get into the weekend. Get a little bit 111 on Sunday, so warmer conditions. But we're staying below average. This has not been a bad week, I will say.
Yeah, well, you know, the weather hasn't been bad, but it's not our favorite week here at NBC Palm Springs. No. We mentioned a big and bittersweet announcement, so I guess I will be the one to break the news here. After 4 amazing years, this is our Chloe Carlson's last week here with us here on NBC Palm Springs. We know you have some amazing adventures ahead of you.
Yes.
We'll talk about this bash in a second. We'll just watch you surf while you talk, but I cannot believe I'm saying that this is your last week here with us.
I know. I'm trying to save the tears for Friday because I don't feel like it's set in yet that I'm actually going to be leaving the desert. As you guys know, when I came here, was without kids. I've now had 2 kids here in Palm Springs. All the viewers have been so supportive of my family. It's just been such a fun time with my coworkers as well. Becoming best friends with everyone here. So it's just been such a great time. But yes, we are moving forward to a new adventure. My husband got a great job in San Diego. He's a Marine, as everyone knows. So we are continuing our family's journey into San Diego. We're not going far.
Yeah, no, you'll be able to visit, which we love. And you saw there's a big Palm Springs Surf Club bash celebrating Chloe. It's Friday, this Friday, 4 to 7. So please join us out there. We'll be live saying goodbye to Chloe. There will be some good food and drinks, and you could be a part of our broadcast and help us officially wish her a farewell. Now, space is limited, so you do have to RSVP. Head to our website so you can tell us if you'll be there, but we're sad to see you go.
Well, Olivia's going to be surfing there, so another reason to come.
That hasn't been confirmed. We'll be right back.
The NBC Palm Springs Sports Desk with Tim O'Brien. Brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
Oh, welcome back. The golf capital of the West will add a new look to one of its nicest resorts later this year. The Players Course at the Indian Wells Golf Resort getting a makeover, and renovations already underway. Now, course architect John Fote and his team decided to reroute the most notable 9th, 17th, and 18th holes. In fact, 18th is in a totally different direction. The once par 72 course now a 71. Holes 17 and 18 will finish with the bulk of the course on the north side, so no more traveling over the wash. We spoke with John this afternoon on his thoughts of the redesign.
The golf course is going to play much faster and better, in my opinion, now we did that. I think they'll immediately notice how much more intimate the golf course is. This is not a golf course with houses on it, which makes it more traditional type golf. So the reality is they're going to be able to, you walk off of a green that you've just played right onto the next tee. And I mean, this golf course could be walkable or it can play much faster, in my opinion. And I think for almost every player that plays the golf course, I think it'll be much more fun.
Well, for a more in-depth look at the new Players Course, we also heard from the Director of Agronomy. We'll have that full story on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. And lastly, the Firebirds adding more depth to the D room. Two-time Kelly champ, that's the trophy of the ECHL. Zach Ewens will call the Desert home this season. The 24-year-old has played in 27 AHL games with the Charlotte Checkers over 3 seasons, but played a huge role in bringing 2 titles to the Florida Everblades over the last 2 seasons. Ewens, a Hobie Baker Award nominee, which is the award given to the best player in the country. Played at Merrimack College. Well, that'll do it in sports. I'm Tim O'Brien.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more. NBC Palm Springs News. Even astronauts tune in for their news fix.
Before we go, arguably for some, the biggest news of today, especially for Swifties, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are officially engaged. The celebrity couple made the announcement in some social media posts today, which read, "Your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married." As you can imagine, it's receiving millions of likes. I think a few people in this newsroom may have liked it, including our producer. Swift's nearly 2-year relationship with the Kansas City Chiefs tight end kicked off publicly in September of 2023. That's when she showed up to her first of many Chiefs games to support Kelce. No word yet on when, where, or how they got engaged, but I imagine it was pretty fabulous knowing the two of them as they've presented themselves on social media.
Yeah, it's exciting because I feel like we've followed Taylor's journey of dating through all of her songs, so we're all in this together with Taylor.
Yes.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Nightly News is next, and we're back here at 6 with the latest local headlines. We'll see you then.